Oh boy, you guys know what time it is, right? It is Patch Notes Day, my dudes. OWI is giving us all an early Christmas present and dropping Squad 7.0, and it is an absolute chonker of an update. Not only do we get a new faction and some new layers to play on, but there's also a very hefty list of bug fixes and changes. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more squad guides, gameplay and updates. As always, the link to these patch notes will be in the description down below, because if I was to talk about every single one, we'd still be here tomorrow. Okay, so the new faction, as most of us already know, unless you live under a rock, is the Turkish Land Forces. But for those of you who somehow have missed it and do live under a rock, here is a quick rundown on what they will be bringing. Their main rifle they will be using is the MPT-76, which is chambered in 7.62x51, and naturally there is the iron sight, hollow sight and ranged optic variants. One thing to keep in mind here is the A940 ranged optic has variable zoom. Turkey also gets the SAR-109T 9mm submachine gun to play with as well. Light anti-tank gets both the RPG-7 and the HAR-66 Law, but the biggest addition to squad that their infantry gets is the MKE MGL grenade launcher. Vehicle-wise, they get the M60T as their main battle tank, which is a heavily revised pattern when you strip it back. The ACV-15 for APCs, which comes armed with an MG3, an M2A150 cal, and a 25mm autocannon. The PARS-3 for infantry fighting vehicles comes with a few different options too. There's the open-top MG3 and 50 cal, and then there's also the 25mm autocannon and a 40mm RWS grenade launcher. Transports and logistics will be using the BMC 185 truck, which will be the first truck in-game to have a canopy for the infantry. And their helicopter is the Huey, which also has two MG3s for the door gunners. If you want to see more of the Turkish Land Forces, check out this video on screen now that I did a few weeks ago, which is much more in depth. One thing that I do want to point out though is they have no heavy anti-tank infantry kit, so it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with heavy armour. Now, whilst there aren't any new maps for this update, there are new layers to accommodate the Turkish Land Forces. Al-Basra, Anvil, Black Coast, Kora, Fallujah, Gorodok, Kohat, Lashkar, Logar, Mutahar, Sumari, Talil and Yeho all have new layers to play Turkey on now. So, hopefully your favourite server will have a few of those in this week's rotation, so you can get a good hefty amount of playtime in with them. And your favourite server better be dead on dismount. Okay, now onto changes and fixes, and to start this one off, we've got a big one. Players who press their VoIP key without an audio device connected will now see a no input device detected notification. So hopefully this may put an end to people not realising that their microphone isn't working. The NVIDIA DLSS plugin has an upscaling option in the settings menu. Got another big one for you all here. All anti-tank launchers have had their minimum arming distances increased. Light anti-tank is now up from 10 meters to 15, and all heavy anti-tank launchers have been raised from 10 meters to 20. In my opinion, I think this is a good change, and whilst it may not be the complete perfect option, it's certainly a healthy step in the right direction. They've also added a weapon punch animation when changing scope magnification. This momentarily throws a sight off whilst adjusting the magnification on your optic. Now to general bug fixes, they have fixed an issue that will prevent players from crouching, fixed a few bugs related to the running man bug, helicopter pilots no longer get affected by suppression, corrected the zeroing on the QBZ95-1 Grenadier kit, the DZJ08, and the F89 Minimi and Spectre. Suppression now works as intended for players inside of vehicles and emplacements. That's going to be interesting. And the soldier sensitivity slider now correctly impacts both weapon and screen movement. A bug has been fixed which would occasionally cause the helicopter's instrumentation to not show. The sprut BMD1, BMD4 and ZTD05 have had a bug fixed that allowed them to fire whilst ammo-racked. And finally, they have fixed a bug that would prevent vehicles from respawning if they'd been destroyed by IEDs. Now this is only a quick gloss over the bug fixes, by the way. There's loads more, but I don't have time to read off every single one. And finally, with this update, we also get the new weapon skins and weapon inspection animation. So if you fancy getting a woodland or desert skin for your weapon, keep an eye out for those as well. And that's it for all the information I have that's in front of me, because at the time of this recording it's Monday and something may have been changed or added within the last 24 hours, knowing my luck. I've tried to keep this video as short and concise as I can. As always, link to the patch notes are in the description down below. What are you most excited about with this update? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more squad guides, gameplay and updates. Remember, you'll hear it here first. Thank you all for watching. Take care and good night.